Back with some more Elite Speak, and we're going to make some predictions for tonight's Full Gear show. And I got the card. First off, we're going to kick it off with the pre-show match. Serena Deeb, who is the NWA Women's Champion, versus Allison Kay, whom is a former champ, but she no longer is a part of that roster. So this is interesting. But I'm going to say that Serena gets the win because she is the champ, and I don't see her losing it because she just got it. But it should be good because the two know each other and they both can work. So it was smart to put this on the pre-show because everyone can see it. It's free. And the job of the pre-show is to talk you into buying the full show. Next, we got Orange Cassidy versus John Silver. I give this to Orange because he needs a win. He lost 3 TNT title matches in a row. And if he loses again, some will think that his momentum will get stifled, which I don't think so. He could afford a loss, but I'm thinking he's going to win. Even though John Silver has gained quite a following now due to his BTE antics. The match should be good because they both went up, faced each other on the independents, which should make for some good chemistry. So I got Orange Cassidy winning that one. Next up, we have Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara in an Elite Deletion match, which should be filmed at his house, cinematic style. This one's tough to predict, but I think I'm going to lean on... I'm going to say Sammy should win since he's the younger guy. He's the future, but he stood tall last on Dynamite, so I'm going to go with Hardy. Matt Hardy wins, even though this should be the last match, because the last match back at All Out didn't go as well. But I'm going to go with Hardy here. Sammy can survive a loss. Next up, we got Chris Jericho versus MJF with Wardlow. And the stip is, if MJF wins, he is allowed to join the Inner Circle. I think MJF wins. He will join the Inner Circle, but I don't think he'll be a permanent member because it just doesn't fit him, in my opinion. Jericho can afford a loss here. He's Jericho after all. MJF needs to win. Plus, this could be the start of the Inner Circle breakup. Who knows? But what do you do with Wardlow? Will Wardlow be able to join? Since he's affiliated with MJF? We'll see. I think they break Wardlow away from MJF sooner or later. I got MJF in that match. Next up, we have the AEW World Championship Eliminator Tournament final match. Adam Page versus Kenny Omega. The winner receives a future AEW World title opportunity. I have Kenny Omega winning this one. Why? Because I don't see him losing right now, since he's on his heel run now. And he will be a nice foil to Adam Page going forward in the future. This is a future rivalry, the first of many matches between these two. And I just see Kenny Omega winning because he should be the next guy to take the title off of Moxley. A heel Omega as the champ, perfect. Then Adam Page can come after Omega for that belt, and the circle continues. So I got Omega winning that match. Next up is the AEW Women's Championship match. Hikaru Shida, the champion, versus Nyla Rose with Vicky Guerrero. I got Nyla Rose winning this because Shida has held the title for months, but she hasn't had many opponents to dispose of, and she hasn't been on the show as much. Same with Nyla Rose, but I see him going with Nyla and resetting that division and giving her some new opponents. If they're smart, that's what they'll do. We'll see what they do after this, but I got Rose winning because it's just a matter of time. Next, we have the TNT Championship match. Cody the champion, with Arn Anderson versus Darby Allin. I got Darby winning this. Why? Because this is his time. He fought Cody 3 times prior to this, and he lost all of them. Well, except for one. He went to a tie the first match back at Fyter Fest last year. And he fought Cody earlier this year back in January, and 2 other times after that, and barely escaped. So I think he finally does it here. Darby Allin will be your next TNT champion. And this could be what sets off a Cody heel run, which I think is inevitable. Even though he says he'll never do it, I don't think so. I don't buy it. That's just what they want you to think. I think Cody goes crazy after this loss because he's had too many teases leading up to this. So Darby Allin wins. Next, we have the AEW Tag Team Championship match. FTR, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Harwood, the champs, with Tully Blanchard versus the Young Bucks, Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson. This is kind of tough, but I'm going to say the Bucks win this match. If they lose, they can't challenge for the tag team titles anymore. The same thing Cody pulled last year with the world title. I don't see them not competing for that title, for those championships. So I got the Bucks winning. FTR can endure a loss. They've been undefeated up to this point. And this won't be the last match between these 4 guys. They're gonna be fighting it out. This is gonna be a long feud. So I got the Bucks winning the titles here, and FTR will vie for them again. The Bucks win. And the last match, the AEW World Championship match. Jon Moxley, the champion, versus Eddie Kingston in an I Quit match. This one will go to Moxley. Moxley will retain, but it will be a good match because these two know each other very well and both can talk their butts off. Kingston will say I quit, but we don't know how they're going to go about making him do it. So it should be good, even though it's predictable. Mox wins, but the journey there should be how they get to that point of saying I quit should be interesting. I got Jon Moxley winning that match. He retains for the eventual Omega taking the title from him at a later date. And there you have it. There is your Full Gear 2020 predictions from the Elite Speak. I'll catch you with the next one when we review the show after it airs Sunday.